Alright then, welcome back to the George Benson football channel. Welcome to another video. Today, you may have noticed behind me, I've got a Seattle Sounders shirt behind me and I've got a Chelsea shirt on. Have I been drinking a little bit too much of the old coffee with a bit of liqueur in it, you may be asking? Well, no, I haven't. The coffee's a bit too hot, still can't drink it today. There's a reason why the Seattle Sounders shirt is behind me and you'll understand it as we progress through this video today. I watched a video this morning, my normal morning routine, here we go, turning straight into a lifestyle channel before we've even had 3 months. I watched a video this morning in bed. It's what I like to do when I wake up. I watch a couple of videos, get me in the mood for work, get me in the mood for filming. And this morning, I watched a video from Thogden. Some of you may know him. And yesterday, he made a video with his dad, who is amply named in his videos, Thog Dad. It makes a lot of sense. The video was a message to the English Football League, a message to the EFL. I won't basically script the entire video. Once you finish watching this one, I suggest you go and check out the link in the description and go and give this video a watch if you want to know a bit more about what's going on at Bolton Wanderers. Obviously, last night, we saw that Bury went out of business. They couldn't get a takeover in time. The company that were going to take them over basically said it was too much of a risk, so they didn't invest the money, which means that Bury, one of the oldest clubs in the Football League, has gone. Bolton Wanderers are in a very similar situation, and Thogden, Theo, and his dad have been lifelong Bolton fans since his dad was a kid, since Theo was a kid. They've been going to games, they've been Bolton fans, and their football club is about to go down. Maybe they get someone to come and take it over and they can continue running business as usual. I don't want to spend too much time in this video talking about the whys, the ifs, the whats, the whens. If you want to know a little bit more about that, check the video out in the description. It got me thinking. It inspired me to make this video, really, because at the moment I'm reading a book, alright? And this could be the point where I lose some subscribers on the channel, so bear with me. Google, help me out here. The Universe in Your Hand, this book is called. As you can see, I'm about 2/3 of the way through. For argument's sake, let's just call it halfway. In this book, it goes into a little bit about quantum physics. I do have interests other than football in my spare time, and I've also got a girlfriend, so I kind of try and balance like this little love I have for quantum physics all of a sudden with football and with spending time with my other half, who I love dearly. That's what my life is like outside of these videos, if you wanted to know. And within that book, it teaches you a lot about picturing things from other perspectives. You delve into like this world where you suddenly become really small and you're like the size of a particle. Then you're flying through space. And it made me think, and it really got me thinking, because I read a bit of that book this morning when I woke up as well. Coming from a position of empathy, and if you don't know what empathy is, it basically is the ability to be able to feel a feeling that someone else is feeling and therefore understand exactly what it is that they're feeling. I'll stick like a better description up on the screen, or a definition. It's probably the better English way of thinking about it. And I put myself in the shoes of somebody who supports Bolton Wanderers Football Club or someone who supports Bury FC. And I'm there I cannot comprehend what it would be like. Know that the team that has taken up so much of my life, not just the team, it's the community behind it, it's the people that you meet on a match day, checking the newspaper or checking your phone to see the next fixtures, trying to plan when you're going to meet up with your friends to go to the next game. If all of this was suddenly taken away, how would I feel? And I go on social media and I see that there are some people who just clearly don't understand at all what the word empathy means, and football is either, if you don't support my club, then I don't give a, you know what I mean? And I completely understand that within football, you support your club, and it's funny often to take the piss out of fans of other teams because of rivalries, because it's just banter. But when it comes to a football club actually closing down, not opening their doors to fans anymore, I can't even begin to try and comprehend how that would make me feel in a negative sense. I would feel as though a part of my life has been completely and utterly taken away from me, and I completely empathise with fans of Bolton Wanderers, with fans of Coventry City, with fans of Bury Football Club right now, because what you're going through is horrible. You can compare it to a divorce, you could say, from a 50-year marriage. It's horrible to have something that has been a part of your life for so long completely taken away from you due to the greed of others. I don't feel for 1 second as though we have to blame the bigger clubs within football. Obviously, there's a lot of money in the Premier League. It's very close to Manchester. It's close to Liverpool. Some people are saying like, oh, how bad is it of Manchester City to be paying these guys hundreds of thousands a week and not bailing out a local football club which carries such a huge part of English football history? You can compare it to so many other things in life where, you know, there's got to be a time and a limit where you don't help others. And I'm not going to put myself in any position position where I feel as though bigger clubs should have done this or bigger clubs should have done that. I simply want to look at it from the EFL's perspective of why the hell are you allowing people, I can't remember the bloke's name now, but from what I understand, he's had like 8 liquidated businesses before he even took over Bolton. How is this guy fit to run a football club? Like, what the hell are you thinking about? Football, and this is something that Thogden and his dad said in the video, which really hit home with me. Football is not just a business. It's not just about making money, looking at the profits, looking at what you bring in on a match day and thinking, yes, how good is this? Football is a community. Football is something that brings people together, that enables people to have this thing that is outside of their lives, which enables them to connect with something bigger than what we are as individuals. And this brings me to the reason why this Seattle Sounders shirt is on the wall. I took a trip to Seattle and I did like a little road trip and I went down to Portland. It was a load of fun. And I reached out to Seattle Sounders and I said, oh, I'm coming to Seattle. I want to go to a game. What is the best way for me to go about getting tickets? I want to make a video. Is there a special like segment of the stadium that you think I should go into? And kindly, Seattle Sounders said, look, no worries, George. You want to make a video? We're going to take care of you. And what they did is they didn't just give me a load of merchandise. I've also got a scarf somewhere as well. I met up with some people that work at Seattle Sounders Football Club. They taught me through the history of the club. They made me understand why the fans congregate and walk down the street singing and lighting flares and everything before the game. And that understanding and being there in that moment enabled me, even for the afternoon that I was there, it enabled me to feel part of something bigger than me just being in Seattle. I felt like I was a part, for that afternoon at least, of the Seattle Sounders community. What has that done since? I follow all of Seattle Sounders results, and in the MLS they're the team that I want to do well because I felt as though I was a part of something. And that is exactly what football is all about. I bring it back now to coming from a position of empathy and trying to understand what it would feel like, for example, and I don't want this to be a position of gloating. I don't want people to be like, oh, look at this guy, he supports Chelsea, they're one of the richest clubs in the league, in the land. I'm not coming at it from the angle of, oh, aren't I lucky that I support Chelsea? It's more of a case of all football fans need to come together and understand that the reason we love football so much isn't just because you might win a trophy at the end of the season. Of course, that is the end goal, and we all want to be there celebrating mutual victories together. But the reason we love it so much is the small things that we don't necessarily think about, which is why I related back to this book again. It's the going to the pub before the game. It's the meeting up for the train. Like, is your mate going to make it on time? Is he going to have to get the next train? All of these little things are things that we take for granted so often because, well, it's football and it's never going to go away. But for some clubs and for some fans right now, all of these realities that they get excited about, the same way that I do or the same way that you do on a weekly or fortnightly basis, whether you can go to home and away games or not, it all depends exactly on your position in your life situation. These small things are being taken away from some people simply because their football clubs are going down into the ground for simply financial greed reasons. And that disgusts me. And I think the EFL need to have some kind of system in place where potential owners of clubs where the finances aren't going so well and they need to be bought out, there needs to be a screening process where only people can come in who have the right backing and the right support and the right intentions behind what they want to do with the club. As a Chelsea fan, I obviously I'm very fortunate enough to have a team that do have a pretty decent bank balance. However, I think it's very important that we all realise that maybe one day in the future, these things may not happen for our club or for your club. And all of the little things that we might be taking for granted right now that we think are just going to be there forever, sadly in life, nothing is always going to be there forever. So the reason I wanted to make this video today was basically just to get us all together to appreciate what it is that we love about football, the community element, the fact that we're all there for a reason that's bigger than ourselves, celebrating a mutual victory. It's an amazing feeling, it's a beautiful feeling, and I for one am very, very gutted for the fans of Bury in particular who have gone down. Bolton, I believe there's a bit more time in order to sort out the person or whoever it is, the company that's buying out Bolton Wanderers, so that such a massive part of English football's history can remain in the Football League. Right now, they're fielding players under the age of 18. They're getting absolutely whooped every week. Yet what are the Bolton fans doing? They're turning up to every game. They're singing their club songs, supporting their team. Why? Because it's bigger than a business. And it always will be. Let's just take it back to a footballing rivalry perspective for a second. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. When Spurs lose, it's enjoyable. It's not as enjoyable as seeing Chelsea win, but if we're looking at like the hierarchy of importance of what we really love in football, winning a trophy, celebrating a trophy, winning a game, seeing your rivals win, but it's all kind of still in this green tiered system if we compare it to one of my 6 things we learn videos. It's still something you love to see. I think it's absolutely crazy that people on social media are laughing at Bolton Wanderers fans, Bury fans, Coventry fans, teams that are struggling to even stay in business. I think it's crazy how, as a footballing collective, we've got individuals that think it's okay to be taking the piss out of teams and fans that are losing such a massive part of their lives. And hopefully, from this video today, you can understand and you can start to think as to why we all love football so much. It's not the highest priority to see other teams suffer and your team win and experience glory. The real reason we love football is because it is something bigger than ourselves, something that puts us in a collective bracket of like-minded people who are looking and rooting for the same cause. And seeing football clubs go out of business is certainly not that cause that we're all after. So that's basically everything I wanted to say in this video today. I think it's very sad, and I feel as though, at least again, from some element of taking a step back for a moment and just appreciating what we've all got as football fans right now, or not all of us sadly, I'd love for you guys to let me know in the comments down below what it was that got you into football in the first place, what it is you love right now about football, and your favourite moment from whatever club it is you support. Let me know that in the comments down below. Let me know how it made you feel. Let me know what it was about it, whether it was experiencing the moment with a family member, your friends, whatever it may be. Let me know what that special moment was and what got you into football in the comments down below. I'd love to go through them and just read some stories because, well, as I said, I'm coming from a position of empathy here to understand that if it was my club, I'd be absolutely distraught. And obviously, I'm sat here in a Chelsea shirt. I know that people might just get this gloating idea that it's all right for me to sit there and say that. I'm really approaching this video from a footballing collective, and I couldn't even really imagine how it must feel to have a club that you love so much, that's such a massive part of your life that could be about to just disappear off the face of the footballing earth. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and as I said at the start, make sure you go and watch Thogden's video in the description if you want to get a better understanding as to what it's like as a Bolton fan right now and exactly what it is that's gone on to put Bolton in this situation. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day. We've got the Champions League draw tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing a live video where we go over the Champions League draw. We watch the teams be drawn because, well, it's another thing I love about football, planning away days, and I'm going to be planning some European away days, so make sure you stay tuned for the Champions League live stream tomorrow afternoon. I will make sure I schedule it on the channel. You guys should come and join. I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.